Issues of the Moment, a current affairs program of Living Television Film Academy, Abia. My name is Chimezia Ozems, and on today's edition of our program, we are going to take a look at the attack at Omumauzor cattle market in Ukwa West local government area. The Abia state government recently relocated the Abattoir at the Abia River, popularly known as Waterside. The butchers were moved to Umumauzo community in Ukwa West local government area after a road accident that claimed the lives of many traders at the Ayudele market. Few weeks after the movement, armed men attacked the cattle market, killing 8 persons and slaughtering 20 cows. What will be the effect on that very facility? Joining me in the studio to discuss this very important issue are Mr. Emperor Obonna. Mr. Obonna is an Abia level practitioner. Emperor Obonna, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
I also have in the studio somebody who is gradually becoming a regular contributor on issues of the moment. He is Dr. Eugene Warhan. Dr. Warhan is a public affairs analyst. Dr. Warhan, welcome to Issues of the Moment.
Thank you very much. Welcome, viewers.
Let me start with you, Mr. Emperor Obonna. What is your take on what happened at Omumauzor? That incident happened last Tuesday night.
Well, the incident is actually a very unfortunate one. You know, last 2 weeks, the Abia residents woke up to see that the governor has ordered that all the people at Ayudele market that they should locate somewhere else. There were 2 places that the location was supposed to happen. One was at Good Morning Market. The other one was at Umumauzo cattle market at Ukwa West. Some of us expressed reservations on that order. The reason was that it was premature. Yes, we know that there is a cattle problem at Obohill. We all know that, but the truth about it is that it was too sudden. You know, there was no adequate publicity given and no enough warning was given. All of a sudden, people just woke up in the morning and saw their shops and everything being demolished. We raised objection. Then my problem was that the Umumauzo place was a little bit far. So the market had been shifted, and now we now hear of this killing. The fact is that Umumauzo place, I have a little problem with it. My grounds upon which I have a problem is that place is far. When that place is the place that is supplying meat to Abia, we're talking about Ukwa West. We're not even talking about Gunmen. You know, if you reach from Abia South where we all are, the next government is Gunmen. After Gunmen, you now reach Ukwa West. From Ukwa West to Gunmen to Abia is a very long distance. Now you're telling people to go there to go and buy meat that they will use in Abia. It's a very long distance. And now we talk about the infrastructure too. There's no road. The last time I was in the road that leads to that place is the road from Obo here that passes through Ukwa, and passes through Ogunabo, and from Ogunabo the road passes from Ogunabo to Ukwa. That road is very, very bad. Now we are telling people to move over to that place, and you know the problem our people have with the Fulanis and the headsmen. Ordinarily, the average Igbo man believes somewhat, it may not be true, but they believe that the Fulanis are land grabbers. That once they settle, they will take over your land, they will destroy your cow, destroy everything. That's what many people believe. I'm not saying it is true, but that is what many people believe. And now you're not telling traders, cow market people to move, to that place. No, do we have a police station that is well equipped to take care of the security situation there? No, we don't have. Do we have a soldier, military base there, a little of the military? You know what I'm saying? This military is that when it comes to any place the Hausas and the Fulanis settle, there is always subject to attack because of the animosity, silent animosity between the people, the Igbos, who believe that most of these headsmen that they carry guns and that they kill and that they do all these things. So there must be a military base, a little of a military checkpoint or a military barrack, and also a police station there. These things were not put in place. They were not put in place at all. There is even no road to go there. The governor hastily made an order relocating the market from from Ayudele that place, water side to that place, without making adequate. What about the issue of accommodation? Did you even bother? Where would people stay? When people bring their cattle to that place, where would they sleep? How would you secure these things? Let me tell you the truth. I blame the Abia state government for what happened at Umumauzo. I blame the government because that decision was hastily taken. What the government should have done is simple. That time that accident happened, that step was not even caused by the traders. The accident was caused by a man who has a trailer that failed brakes. All of a sudden, you are now visiting the punishment of the traders. What the government should have done is to call the traders, their leaders, market union, call them, say, I'm giving you 1 week to remove your property. That 1 week, they themselves will dismantle their property. They themselves will also, because they were destroying so many properties there when they were doing that demolition. You give them time to demolish, and they also make available remedies, accommodation, security, infrastructure. These are the things that the government should have done before relocating the market. So, to me, I blame the Abia state government on whatever that happened at Umumauzo.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, Dr. Yushinbo, do you agree with Emperor Gunmen? Are you on the same page with him?
No, not exactly, because it's not a question of blame now. Because what happened was that the government had to take that measure following the accident, as he has pointed out. What could have happened is that adequate arrangement could have been made for their security. You know, their movement to Omumauzor was very sudden. It's sudden in the sense that that place has been tipped to be the real place where that cattle market will be all along. But what happened was that government failed in providing the necessary amenities, especially security in that place. However, that is not enough reason why people should be attacked. Issue, because people are doing a legitimate business and government has asked them to go there. So I don't see any reason why people should come in the night and attack them. So first of all, I will have to sympathize with those who lost their lives and who lost valuable property in that incident. But be that as it may, what will happen going forward is that we have to look at the issue of Abattoir and that of a cattle market. We have to look at the two to see if one particular location can be used both for an abattoir and a cattle market. Because for me, what Abia needs mainly is an abattoir.
And not a cattle market.
And not necessarily a cattle market.
Is it because of the one we have at Law Banta?
Yes, we already have a cattle market there. So the general opinion of most of us is that there was no point bringing another cattle market in Abia and its environment.
But have you considered the distance from Law Banta to Abia?
No, if you want to, how many heads of cattle will be slaughtered for Abia in a day? Maybe one trailer load can take care of that, and it can be brought in on daily basis just to slaughter it, and people will take the meat. But when you talk of a cattle market itself, that entails a lot of things. It tells the Fulani is coming to reside there, and you know our problem with the Ruga settlement and our problem with the cattle colony. So I think that is one of the issues that is giving the people of Ukwa a little bit of worry, that we don't have to bring another cattle colony or another Ruga in that area because of its attendance effect, whether real or imagined. Some of the things are imagined, like Barrister Emperor said, yes. The mistrust, some of them are really imagined. But even if it is imagined, it's becoming real. Therefore, my suggestion is that we have to look at the abattoir system. And private individuals can go into this. Government can open it up. Private individuals can establish abattoirs, bring in the cattle, kill it, and people will buy it. But as for cattle market, if you check what happened at Ayudele was originally an abattoir, except that people started to troop in, establishing what. That was why, when government dislodged that area, government said the cattle business itself should go to Umumauzo, while the market should relocate to the Good Morning market. So for me, I think that arrangement should be maintained. Let people in Abia find a way to establish abattoir. but not a cattle market.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, Mr. Emperor Ogunda, I still remember that many people commended the Abia state government for taking that decision, asking the butchers to leave, especially those in the Omohe area. Now, you say that that the decision was very hasty. Don't you think that government took that decision to avoid a reoccurrence of what happened at Ayu there?
Yes.
Where many traders lost their lives.
I've been in Abba for, at least I've lived in Abba for almost 30 years of my life, or more than 30 years of my life. What happened that day, we never experienced it before. Because of what happened one day, you don't just take a decision that is spontaneous. I don't have problem with the government trying to relocate the market, for the record. My problem is that it was done hastily. It should have been done. You don't take decisions in a haste. In administration and in government, you don't take decisions in a haste. When things happen, you sit down. How do I stop this thing from happening? You plan about how you don't stop it from happening. You also plan how to, because you are altering the topography, you are altering the community life of those people at Umumauzo. You also altering it. The government should have understood the fact that you are not just asking Igbos go over to there and live. You are saying that the northern colony, which is in Abia here, should be shifted to that place. And these are people who ordinarily have a lifestyle. You are changing everything about their life spontaneously. You are supposed to have made some preparations. Just like what one of my co-discussant said, he said that the cattle market should remain at Lok Banta. I don't agree at all. Lok Banta is very far. From here to Lok Banta, we're talking about 1.5 hours. The cost of bringing one cattle from Lok Banta to Abia, my brother, it's not from Atisolo like Enugu now. It costs a lot of money. Now you have a trailer load of cattle. Instead of stopping at Lok Banta, why don't you just stop it in Abia? See, let me tell you, Abia is the bedrock, is the center of commercial activity in Abia State. Umumauzo does not even, I was Umumauzo, the Umumauzo has nothing. When it comes to population of Umumauzo is just like 1% of Abia. 10% of Abia. When it comes to landmass, very small. On what ground will you compare Abia to Umumauzo? And now you're having a cattle market at Lok Banta, and people have to carry it from there. Look at Mr. Somro, what I was saying. There ought to be a market in Abia. That market, cattle market in Abia, should have a proximity with Abattoir. And before you tell people to start doing something there, you have to make adequate provisions. No matter how well it is, this is not a matter of semantics or arguing. We're talking about a factual situation. Whatever that happened there may still happen again if the government refuse to do the right thing. You don't just change things. Human beings are averse to change. That is how life works. Just like you as a presenter, you are used to every morning you take your bath, you come to your work, you sleep here, you do your presenting work, and you go home. You also do what you do in the evening. This is your life. Me as a lawyer, in the morning I go to court, I do certain things. In the evening I see my client, and I do everything. All of a sudden, somebody is altering all these things in a moment. It leads to fashion. That is how life works. And the government did not. If you want to make change, don't just do spontaneous change. Rather, let the change just like it's mbe. You want to kill mbe or a frog. You inside water. You put the water. They want to drop the frog inside the water. They drop the frog will jump away. But leave it there and start hitting the water small gradually. Before you know, you achieve the purpose. What I'm saying is that the Abia State government acted hastily. No matter how many ways how you look at it, and the result is what you are seeing today. One, there is meat scarcity in Abia State. That one is certain. There is meat scarcity in Abia State. Two, the meat in Abia State is so small. This morning, when I told them to put meat for me too, they put 2. I thought it is 100 naira. I said 2 of them to 200 naira. Very small meat, double the price. 3, the outside Fulani community, they also have this apprehension. Many of them don't want to come here again. They are running away. Now if you look at it. 4, the roads at Obohia, there is no road to go there. This is not a matter of argument, it's a matter of what you can see. Practically, that decision was a wrong decision. It's causing meat scarcity, it's causing high cost of meat. We have our northern brothers who are afraid of staying here. There is no road to go to that place. Then how can you tell me it's a good decision? How do you know a good decision? It is by the effects of that decision on the people. Okay. So in summary, I am not saying that the government made a mistake. Rather, they made a mistake at the timing. They should have given these people, say, listen, I am the governor. I am telling you, I'm giving you 1 week or 2 weeks. Within that 2 weeks, something need to be done. So the issue of security. On the radio, there was this program I was watching yesterday, or other radio television. They said that they wanted to interview the DPO of the police station there. He said he doesn't want to say anything. I asked myself, what would he say? This DPO is a man who have been used to sleeping. Let me use that word. He's the DPO. There is no crime going on in Umumauzo. Nothing is going on there. Every morning you just sleep because there is no problem. All of a sudden, within 1 minute, you are now bringing in Fulanis. You are now bringing in cattle. You are now bringing in activity. Within 1 week. And then nobody has given him more guns. Nobody has given his soldiers, his policemen more abilities to fight crime. All of a sudden, all the criminality that was going on at the site, all the miri I heard they say there, all the things they do there, all of them are shifted to that place. Now, how will this DPO fight this crime? No extra manpower, no extra gun. You now see that what I'm saying is not a matter of argument, it's a matter of practicality.
Okay, well, I think Emperor have made their point. Dr. Walker,
yes.
I want you to visualize into the minds of the attackers. What do you think they hope to achieve by carrying out that sad and unfortunate incident? Are they trying to say, look, we don't want a cattle colony here?
I wouldn't know what they have in mind, but it's a question of the level of insecurity we have. And although I'm not a spokesperson for the governor has said that the Abia State government has the capacity to contain this level of insecurity. We can interpret that in many ways. Maybe some people are saying that they don't want a cattle colony, a cattle market in that area. Some people may have other reasons for that type of attack, because the attack occurred in the night. To tell you that they didn't come there to steal cattle, they didn't come there to steal money, they only came there to destroy the place and make it not workable. Let me tell you, the movement of that market, Umumauzo, is not something that was contemplated today. Remember that government, during the time of the late Commissioner Ogunja, I'm sorry to mention, is that there was that move to relocate that market. But the problem is that the amenities required for that relocation has not been put in place.
That's what we're saying.
What led to that hurry, as Barrister said, was due to an emergency that occurred. However, all these things put together does not warrant anybody going to kill people there. So we condemn that action in its entirety. We are not saying that because people moved in a hurry, because the DPO has no guns, and so therefore people should go there and attack them. However, in the situation we find ourselves, government must be a step ahead. Before you take certain actions, you must ensure that the people there are protected. The people are protected by their lives, their property, their lives and property is the cardinal duty of government, to protect lives and property. So that is what is very, very important there. And before that market is taken back fully there, it is important that these things we are pointing out must be put in place. There's need to put security there, especially perimeter fencing. If for no other thing, you can't leave a place just open there and people can come out. But I still insist that Abia does not need a cattle market. Remember the type of nuisance cattle was causing when they were trekking. And we said no cattle should trek in Abia. They should be conveyed in a vehicle. Yes, and these cattle must be kept off the town. That was one of the faults of Ayuden. Ayuden is in the town. So we must keep them off the town. And what we did in Abia is big abattoirs, which will take care of the meat of the people. We don't necessarily need the Fulanis and their cattle and their way of life. You know, when they come to play, they establish small huts. And before you know it, their population start growing and the people are apprehensive that their land may be taken and so on and so forth. So to avoid that type of misgiving, I still insist that Abia people, businessmen, government, and them should establish abattoirs. If there are 4, 5, 6, 10 abattoirs in Abia, You take the cattle in the trailer straight to the abattoir. They are slaughtered and people take the meat. Even if it takes 30 minutes to 40 minutes to bring it back into the town, it will save us a lot of problems.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Wong. At this point, we are going to take the first break of the show, and when we return, issues of the moment continues. Don't go away. Welcome back to the program. This is Issues of the Moment, and on today's edition, we are taking a look at the armed attack at Omumauzor cattle market. And my guests today are Dr. Eugene Waha and Mr. Emperor Obonna, a legal practitioner. Now, Dr. Waha, let me ask you this. 2 days ago, the governor of Abia State, Dr. Umumauzo, paid a visit to the Abattoir and the cattle market. And he made it clear that that facility will not be removed despite the attack. Now the question is, what do you think can be done by the government to restore the confidence of the butchers and the cattle dealers?
Thank you very much. Principally 2 things. The first one is security. The second one is access to the place. Government should now work on the access road, because the road will take us from Abia here, we are, through Gunmen, then to Ukwa West. So if government is insisting on having that market there, remember that is not my position. My position has been always an abattoir. But if that market must be there, there must be access to, there must be adequate security, both for the indigenes of the place and for the traders, the butchers. And government must do a perimeter fencing of the place to ensure that these people do not expand into other areas, because that is one of the fears of the people: expansion, colonization of land. So government must do a perimeter fence, and that perimeter fence will demarcate the place they do that business from the other parts of the village, so that the people in the village can live in peace. And I advise strongly that what should happen at Omumauzor should be bringing in the cattle. If the road is good, the place will not take more than 25-30 minutes, because I've been to the place. Take instance of Lagos. Where do you have a cattle market in Lagos with that kind of population? What they have in Lagos is big abattoirs. We take care of a population of nearly 20 million people. So for Abia developing going forward, Abia needs to develop modern abattoirs. And these abattoirs are so structured that they have facilities for milk, dairy products, they have facilities for processing the meat, and they have facilities for making sure that there is good sanitary condition in the place. So that's my suggestion. I'm thinking of access to the place. I'm thinking of security. Okay. I'm thinking of confining them to a particular location. That will give confidence to the indigenous and the owners of the land.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, Mr. Owona, if the government will be able to provide security and other facilities or amenities necessary for the facility to function, don't you think that the cattle market and Abattoir will bring development to Umumauzo? Because as we speak, Umumauzo is a relatively unknown community. It's a sleeping community.
Yeah, certainly it will. Certainly it will, but it depends on the willpower to do so, and also continuity, political continuity. You know, we have situations in Nigeria where when people enter into power, they will not want to continue the project started by their predecessor. So now that we have a governor who insists that the Omumauzor should continue, you know, no problem. But you know, just to add to what the doctor said, the government should also go to the village and also impress on the people the need for them to maintain peace. The traditional rulers and the autonomous community areas and everything around that area, they should liaise with them and the youth leaders, you know. Then I insist that military barracks should be kept around there, or a military base, because the kind of attacks that would affect herdsmen, it's not an attack that the police can easily control.
Yes,
you know, everybody knows it. It's not an attack the police can easily control. It's something the military have to come in and let there be a little checkpoint. The military something there. The most importantly is the infrastructure. You know, that place, you know, unfortunately, in the United States, we only talk about Okwa during the elections. After election, it's about Ungwa. The Okwa itself will be forgotten. This administration have not been very fair, with all due respect to anybody, to the Okwa people. They have this their oil stuff there, but if you go there, if you see the level of neglect in Ukwa East to Ukwa West, if you see the level of neglect there, you will wonder what is happening. During the election, we hear Opalangwa, but after the election, it's Ukwa alone. So I think that the government should think about going there to fix the roads. Let there be good roads to Ukwa area, because you cannot be talking about development. You know, that's the way life works. It's like a woman. You have a wife, you don't take care of her, you don't give your wife anything, you don't give her food. All of a sudden, in night, you want to touch your wife, he will tell you to leave her alone. That is how life works. You have this Ukwa West, Ukwa East. You are not giving them much, nothing. I have been there. That place, it's a missing metal. That place, yeah, that place produces oil. You are not giving them anything, and you are just bringing outside Fulanis to come to their land. Why would they get angry? That is the truth. You know me, I will tell the truth. They are angry because they are of the opinion that the government have not done them well, and you are bringing these people to come and take over our land. So the government should provide security, make perimeter fences, as he said. Let there be a road. The roads, Oboya Road and other roads that lead to that place should be done. The government should do it. I'm talking about doing quality road, not road that we use to do politics that will collapse after 2 months or 3 months. We're talking about quality roads. And also the hinterland, the government should find a way to liaise with the leaders of that place and then ensure that they understand that they're living together. And finally, there should be much control on that place. A situation whereby you allow people to just get it. You know this. You have stories of herdsmen killing people in the north. We have in Benue states, in Plateau states. Nigerians, they hear this story, and people in Umumauzo there, they are also enlightened people. They hear this news. So in the end, you are now bringing in these same people that they hear their stories all over the north. You are bringing them to come and stay with them. They want to put fear. I'm not saying that. I'm not accusing any of them as being part of whatever happened. But we have to consider all these things. But the most important thing now is that since the government, to me, have made a mistake in hastily shifting the cattle market to that place, the government should, as a matter of urgency, bring out billions of naira to start work from tomorrow. Start fixing that area so that place will be good, because because that thing can lead to much problem. Assuming that kind of thing happens again, you'll be surprised that in the north they will start reprisal killing. Before you know it, Igbos in the north will also lose their life. So let the government start working.
And we don't pray for that.
We don't pray. But you know, the problem of the black man is that we believe so much in God. Me, I believe in God. But if you plan your things very well, the white man don't really tell you about God. He plans everything, and the end things work. But in Nigeria here, we don't plan everything. You don't have security for your house. Your car is bad. God will lead me in the car. God will lead me in this car. Your house is not secure. God will protect me in the end. Armed robbers come, kidnappers come. In the end, your car is broken down. But the white man will tell you, this is wrong. Let us fix it. So what I'm saying now is that the government should do these things that will make this thing not to repeat again. It's not a matter of propaganda. It's not a matter of having soldiers there. I mean, policemen there the next 1 week or 2 weeks. No, we're talking about equipping the police station there, bringing in military posts there, fixing the road there. Since you are now bringing outsiders to come and they change the lifestyle of people at that place, you have to send in money, pump in money to make that place to look good, so that the people will feel. If the people come out, they see good roads. If the people of Umumauzo come, they see good road leading from Abia to their village. They see good infrastructure. My brother, they will not attack anybody, because they know that thing that have come to their village is a production. But when they don't see anything, all of a sudden they see herdsmen coming with their cattle and with their knives, they get apprehensive. That is how life works, and they get angry. So let the government know that it is within their power. Let them stop blaming somebody. I don't like government to blame. Let them stop blaming people. Let them know that they didn't do the right thing, and that is the effect of the wrong decision that was taken speedily.
Okay, thank you. Now, Dr. Warman, I had a telephone interview with the chairman, Abia State Amalgamated Butchers Association in Mekatote. He spoke to me yesterday, and he said that they are regretting moving to Umumauzo. How can we restore the confidence of the butchers? Because I see a situation where many of the butchers may leave and go elsewhere.
Why wouldn't they regret? There's an unfortunate incident which has taken the lives of people, and everybody should be in sympathy with those who lost their loved ones and those who died in that incident. Another angle, you said the chairman of the butchers.
Yes.
So you are talking of the abattoir side of this business, and that is another area government should look at, so that people can be given opportunity to establish abattoirs.
Private abattoirs.
Private abattoirs. And this emphasis, we are thinking that government must do everything. You see, some of the things done by government, we all see, some of them are also having problems. The butchers themselves can develop that market if they are given that opportunity. And we have to look at that direction to ensure that we wouldn't be government all the time. Government can provide the framework for people to go in there, develop it. Even there could be 2 or 3 private abattoirs within that complex. That is why I insist that the thing must have perimeter fencing to ensure that people won't encroach into other people's land. Let it be the area properly marked out by government for that business. The cattle thing is a private business, and people have been saying that put it whatever no matter the way you argue it, this cattle thing is a private business. We people are doing. Therefore, those doing that business must partake in establishing the abattoir. At the moment we have functional abattoirs for example, now the market at almost is not functional. I hear there is not functional, but we still have meat, although at a higher cost.
Yes.
Which means people are still slaughtering cows in different places. So these places where they are slaughtering these cows should be properly developed. Government can assist them. Let the facilities come, let the boreholes come, let the electricity come, so that even the meats that were not consumed on a given day can be properly stored for consumption in another. So I invite the people, government should invite people to partake in this business. Let it be official. It will help.
Okay, thank you very much. And with that, we have come to the end of today's edition of our program. Issues of the moment, we have been discussing the armed attack at the cattle market and abattoir at Omumauzor community in Ukwa West local government area of Abia State. I want to thank my 2 discussants, Mr. Emperor Bona, a lawyer, and Dr. Eugene Warman, a public affairs analyst. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the program.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
My name is Chimezie Ozems. I want to thank you for being part of today's edition of Issues of the Moment. Join us next week for another interesting package. Goodbye.